Hey, welcome back, guys. We're going to keep drilling on the 60 days accelerated playbook for you to get hired within the solar energy industry. My name is Leo, and I help people achieve their goals within the solar energy marketplace, and I need you to get hired. That's how it works. I helped manage and install more than 400 solar installations across Australia, New Zealand, the Americas, and Africa. I run more than 4 online solar courses with over 43,000 students who have already trusted me and learned new skills. All right, guys, I've been in the marketplace for over 15 years and I've hired a lot of solar professionals. I know exactly what's required for you to get hired. All right, so let's keep drilling. Let's get into it. All right. So breaking into the solar industry is not about sending 100 applications. We've seen this before. It's about positioning, targeted skills, and standing out fast from zero to job ready in just 30 to 60 days guaranteed if you follow these next steps. All right, the 90% failure mode, which is possibly something that you are doing right now if you're just starting and have no experience within the solar energy marketplace. And why standard applications fail? Okay, mistakes, applying without targeted skills. This is very, very common, guys. You do not have yet the necessary skills, possibly you feel that you don't have the necessary skills. So you start applying everywhere. You send hundreds and hundreds of CVs and then you get discouraged, all right? The strategic correction of this one is to target 3 to 5 specific job description skills. So first of all, you need to adjust and align your vision towards whatever role it is that you want to apply for, and then target specific roles for that specific role, okay? Specific skills for that specific role. That's how it works. So in other videos of mine, in my courses as well, I'm going to show you what specific skills you will need for the types of roles that you have out there. If you're able to take one of these courses, you should be able to go absolutely from zero to the most skilled person if you don't have any experience whatsoever and feel incredibly confident about your job applications. So another very, very common mistake is sending generic CVs and just waiting, a sit and wait scenario, all right? What I want you to do from here on is to customize your CVs and direct messages straight to the hiring managers. That's how it works. Now, another common mistake would be trying to learn everything there is to know about solar. Guys, it's impossible. It's too overwhelming. Me, myself, I have been in the industry from a technical standpoint, from sales standpoint, project management standpoint, and also during the installation team for more than 15 years doing all of these roles, and I still scratching the surface, guys. There's so much to learn. So don't get discouraged or don't try to learn absolutely everything. I guarantee you that you will get frustrated if that's your approach. Now, learn only what matters for one specific path, whichever that path is. It doesn't matter which path, it really doesn't. Now, you need to learn specifics for that specific path, for that specific role, for that specific target that you're aiming for. All right. Now, a lot of people, and this is possibly the most important one, is giving up after 10 applications. Guys, this is so normal, right? You get discouraged, you send 10 applications, you get discouraged, no replies, whatever, you give up. I go to IT or whatever it is, other industry out there. No, adhere to this 60 days consistent pipeline that I'm going to show you next. And then you break through the hiring friction that you're most likely going to find. Don't get discouraged. Keep going. It's never about rejection. It's a step moving forward towards where you need to be. Okay? All right. So there's 2 types of approaches here when it comes to trying to get hired within the industry. The scattergun approach, which is what 90% of the applicants do, and I've seen it over and over and over out there in the marketplace. I'm reading these CVs every single time, right? And I see incredibly generic CVs out there. You send hundreds and hundreds of CVs just to the application button in the application website. And you apply blindly. You send over 100 identical generic CVs and you just wait for a response. No, not good. We're going to have to adopt from here on the sniper approach, which is what top percent of applicants and the ones who actually land a job within the market do. which is apply to 5 to 10 targeted roles per day with customized CV, with a customized CV. And these are the two words that are the most important ones, okay? Customized CV, okay? The asymmetry. The volume guarantees rejection and the precision guarantees visibility. Now, this is the 60 days master timeline, okay? You got different phases here, 5 phases to be precise. From day 1 to 7, what are you going to do? You're going to find clarity and direction. You're going to find your perfect role. You're going to find whichever role it is that you want to get within the industry. I got plenty of videos, free material for you to download, free material to actually you go and check it out. Just press play. You will not regret it. To find different roles within the solar energy marketplace. It could be sales, it could be business development management, it could be project coordination, it could be sales engineering, it could be an engineering design team, it could be project management, it could be the installation team, it could be the operations and maintenance team, and so many other roles out there. I've been through possibly the majority of them, or if not, interacted at least with every single one of them when being a senior project manager. All right, so you find clarity and direction. This is the top 10% advantage, okay? The phase 2, from days 8 to 21, you start building your skills for that specific role. So important, guys. You spend 2 weeks just building the skills. You get your depth within the role that you're aiming for. During the third phase, from days 22 to 30, that's a week, you target your positioning, right? Which means you're basically creating your mock-up examples, the ones that we've seen on previous videos. If you haven't, click on the videos below. There's plenty of material around that, right? You create your example. And now you position yourself within the industry. What does this mean? You know exactly where you land. You know exactly where you are positioned within the industry. You now selected that you want to be a project manager, for instance, and you've built the skills for it. So you're already positioned within the industry, all right? Now, phase 4, day 31 to 45, smart application. You need to target your applications, which is something that we've covered before. And phase 5, which is from day 46 to 60, you get your interviews in and your job offers in, all right? This is the top 10% advantage strategy beats volume every single time. And we are being strategic here, all right? Strategy beats volume every single time. So as you can see, guys, from an absolute newbie, you know nothing about solar. You are slightly considering about taking a solar career all the way to a job offer. This is the schematics. This is the 60 days mastermind. All right. So we got different roles here, right? You, first of all, as we've seen in the previous slide, the skill targeting map. You pick your path. Don't overthink these guys. You can pivot later, which is super important, all right? Don't overthink about it. You got here, for instance, 4 different roles. You got the development role, sales, installer, project manager, or project coordination, and design team, all right, which is technical as well. Now, you got the y-axis that represents the field or execution side. This is hands-on into the installation side of things, or a little bit further on top, which is office and strategy oriented roles. And on the x-axis, you got technical focus or interpersonal focus or communicational focus, all right? Where are you sitting? Where are you sitting? For instance, if you want to be within the design team, which I most likely would say that if you're looking at this video, possibly you're there. But anyways, let's say that you want to be within the design team. You definitely need to have a technical focus, much more prominent than the interpersonal focus, all right? Much more technical one. And obviously, you will not be out in the field. You will be in the office strategizing about these systems. So you're landing right here. Let's say that you like or you prefer being out in the field. All right, then your best possible option, your path would be an installation team, would be an installer. Don't overthink these guys again. How does it feel? All right, you can pivot later. Then you study the blueprint. You search Seek or LinkedIn or whichever other platform to find jobs there's out there for titles like Solar Project Coordinator, which is the role that you selected, or Solar Designer, or solar sales consultant, and so forth. You study the blueprint, what's out there. How do these applications look like? What does it say in the description? You study them. You put them on ChatGPT, you put them wherever, summarize them, but you understand the language, the lingo, what are they looking for, all right? So you pick your path and you study the blueprint. Then the next phase, we identify the skill gap schematics, okay? Which is the skills you already have, the skills the job description demands, and the core industry principles, all right? And here, right in the middle, the intersection between three of them would be the target zone, which is the 3 to 5 skills to focus on. That's your next job, all right? And now the rule, don't try to master everything, guys. Just focus exclusively on job relevant skills. All right, second phase, the targeted learning. Learn only what matters, guys. And this is why I recommend you to take these courses, this course bundle that I got for you, because this is more than 15 years of experience within the solar energy marketplace. And I know exactly what you need to learn for you to get hired, for you to apply these learnings, for you to apply this knowledge within your first job, and how to actually come up with the lingo, come up with the vocabulary, come up with all the technical knowledge for you to actually understand everything there is to know about solar for your first job interview. Now you target your learning. Learn only what matters. Become job ready enough, not perfect. How important that is. Become job ready enough. You just need to know enough. You don't have to be perfect because you're just starting within the industry, okay? So for instance, just to give you a few examples, you got 3 different roles: project management, design, and sales, just as an example. If you want to target project management, the type of learning that you need to go through is learn how a solar project flows, learn the basic Excel trainings and communication workflows, because you will have to communicate with a bunch of stakeholders. If you want to go through the design side of solar, okay, cool. The basic AutoCAD exposure, panel layout understandings, and system sizing fundamentals or basics. Okay, we cover all of these ones in my courses: the complete solar energy course, the ultimate solar energy course as well, off-grid solar energy courses, and the project management mastery in solar energy. Now, if you want to go through sales, okay, how solar systems are priced, the return over investment explanation, and objection handling. This is just to give you a rough estimate, an idea on what we're trying to do here. You focus specifically on the job ready enough learnings and skills. Now you try to simulate real work, all right? The workflow schematic, the real work. You just try to simulate one. You don't have any experience, which is absolutely fine, all right? You may feel a little bit overwhelmed or unprepared because you don't have any experience in the marketplace, but that's good. That's great. That's no problem at all, because everyone starts somewhere, right? So let's say that you build a mock project from the get-go, from the start, all right? Step A, you develop a quote. You write a fake proposal for a client based on basics return of investment principles. That's step B, something that you could get into as well within this mock project. You design a simple system layout and outline the project timeline. Here you will prove how to be a good designer, or how to be a really good project manager, or a project coordinator. All right, this is how you do it. In my courses, I will show you and come up with the outcomes of a mock for yourself, for you to present. Now, commissioning. You present the document, the final workflow steps, and the system sizing fundamentals, okay? This is where you beat 90% of the candidates, guys. No one presents this. Now, imagine if there's like 10 people, 50 people out there. Out of the 50, 49 don't present this, and you come with the workflow schematics and a full mock-up project done from scratch. That's it, guys. You're first, all right? So it's super, super important that you get through these things. This is smart hiring. This is being strategic, okay? Now, you will beat 90% of the candidates for sure. Employers don't care about more certificates, all right? You can bring volumes of certificates, volumes. But if you don't have a mock-up, if you don't have the experience and a mock-up possibly to show, we are in difficult terrain. They care if you can actually do the job. All right. Tactical positioning, guys. This is so smart. All right. This is something that you definitely need to look at. You look at the role description. You look at the terminology from the job descriptions. In the highlight, it focuses purely on relevant skills. Omit unrelated history. This is your CV right here, right? And proof in your CV. It includes initiative metrics like design a 10 kilowatt system, practical project, for instance. Okay, so you're targeting the terminology, the vocabulary, the lingo that's going to mirror the job description. Super important, guys. All right, the headline: aspiring solar project coordinator, renewable energy. About: short, focus, and demonstrates clear intention. Where are you going? All right, what's your intention? Super important. Super important. This is how you customize your CV, customize your resume instead of being generic. And featured activity. You upload mock projects and document your learning journey. Super important, guys. All right. The smart application: skip the line. You reach out directly to hiring managers and team leaders on LinkedIn. Cannot stress this enough, guys. If you're a candidate, you need to go straight to the hiring manager. You need to do a bit of research. You need to be smart about it. You need to get into it. And then the hiring manager will get you an interview straight up. For instance, just a direct message that you can find on LinkedIn, which, by the way, you can have 1 month free trial to actually send messages to whoever you want for a month. And you say, hey, Mr. Recruiter here, I'm transitioning to solar and have been building skills in project coordination, for instance. I'd love to learn more about your team and how can I contribute. All right, and you send something as simple as that. You're targeting your application. All right. Now, interviews and offers. You prepare. What are the most common questions that you're going to get? I got videos within the 30 to 60 days getting hired solar course that I'm going to offer you guys, on which are the most common questions that you're going to find, and the replies, the best possible replies to those ones. For instance, why solar? What do you know about the role? What skills do you bring? And use your edge, guys. You understand workflows because you've done the mock-up project, you've simulated projects, you speak the language. This is your core differentiator, all right? You're different from others because you, as much as you possibly don't have experience within solar, you've done your research, you've worked hard before that interview. And then the most important part of all, guys, be ready, the follow-up phase. Simple but powerful, all right? Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very interested and excited about contributing to your team. Guys, super important follow-up. My very first role that I've landed back 15 years ago, I remember as soon as I came out of the interview, I sent them a direct message, something very, very simple, something such as this. And they kept me in their minds because they're possibly interviewing 10, 15 people, whatever that is, right? And they possibly forgot about you because you haven't made a big impact or whatever. They even have like 10 other guys out there, right? So they got to think about all of them. But if all of a sudden, whilst they're thinking about their decision, a pop-up message comes up saying like, thank you for the opportunity. Oh, who's this guy? Okay, it's Leo. All right. And it just brings them back to memory. Oh, this guy was good. This guy, you know, really prepared well for the interview. So we're going to rehash here a little bit, all right? You target your skills on the step 1. Then you simulate your project or a project so that you can actually show your experience. You update your LinkedIn profile by uploading all of this proof of competency that you'll have. Then you find the director of the HR department and you acquire the sniper approach. And then 5, the hiring manager interview. You get an interview straight with the hiring manager. All right. You're no longer a confused graduate. You're a tested workflow literate professional ready to deploy. Guys, this is it. All right. You're ready to deploy. Amazing to see you guys here. If you want to know more about this, comment solar below and I'll send you the solar course bundle that I got for you. We're going to cover all of these things and you're going to increase your likelihood of getting hired within the solar energy marketplace by all the experience that I'm going to bring straight to you. We've done this with more than 43,000 students. Absolutely every single one of them have improved in their skills and have targeted their skills to actually have way more chances of getting hired within the industry. So comment solar below and we'll get straight into it.